The MIYOO Mini Plus is one of the most popular devices on the market today, and you are endlessly scrolling videos looking for reviews to either verify your already purchased device, or maybe you are still on the fence about making a purchase, or maybe where to pick one up. This is an unconventional review of the MIYOO Mini Plus in that you won't find tech specs or stuff that you would find in traditional reviews. Instead, this is more of a review from a perspective of a dad who loves the game and has to fit it in between other responsibilities and wants to show you the pros and cons that this device will allow for your lifestyle. Basically, I think there are 5 great reasons that this console is perfect for busy gamers. 1, it is a Grant Jackson Hamilton console. 2, 2A and 2B, it is a baby console both literally and figuratively. 3, it is a console designed for tech toddlers. And 4, it is nostalgia on your schedule and not theirs. It's additionally not without its faults, but let's get into it. One of the reasons that the MIYOO Mini Plus is so popular is because it's super affordable. It's affordable for both your money and, more importantly, with busy gamers, your time. You've been wanting to get to Spider-Man 2 and you have $160 in your wallet after paying your skyrocketed electric bill because it's even during the month of September, it was still one of the hottest months around lately. And the MIYOO Mini Plus.
I have nothing left except Spider-Man.
You can get this console on Amazon for $80 and it ships to you in about 2 days. You can likewise get this console for cheaper on AliExpress for around $65, but good luck waiting for shipping on that one. Usually they come in around between 2 and 3 weeks time. Some people get theirs in sooner. Personally, if you're going to get this console, I recommend Amazon. If you follow Retro Gamecore on Twitter, he pretty frequently posts that there are deals on a MIYOO Mini Plus for as little as it is on AliExpress for about $65, and you get the benefit of 2 days shipping. And if for whatever reason you need to return the console, Amazon is pretty much a better way to return your console, if anything, and if you want to return it and order another one. So basically, I do recommend Amazon, especially with busy gamers. The time is pretty much of the utmost importance. Instead of seeing ads on Amazon through your stories on Instagram, where you'll see a discounted Game Boy Advance or a discounted SNES or a discounted PS1 for $325 like new, basically for the stupid amounts of money, you can play all these games for way cheaper, and that's why I recommend Amazon. You're definitely paying more on Amazon, but it's basically think of it as insurance in case anything happens. Another reason it's so affordable is because it's really good on your time. Don't you hate it when you come home, you eat dinner, you play with your kids, you watch trash TV with your wife, and you finally whip out your game controller and the nice thing about the MIYOO Mini Plus is that you could spend 5 minutes watching a YouTube video like this, or you can spend it by battling Pokemon and going back in time with Chrono, or blazing through a level with Sonic. Second reason I recommend MIYOO Mini Plus is, just look at the size of this thing. It's really small. I really don't have that big of hands, and this thing dwarfs in my hands. The MIYOO Mini Plus is more pocketable than most devices, and that makes it easier to take to the bathroom at work. Unlike the Switch, where you would have to separate the Joy-Cons and put those in separate pockets as the body of the console itself, you can easily put the MIYOO Mini Plus in your pocket and play games on company time, that is, while you're in the bathroom. Just don't take too much time, though. I give it about 5 minutes. The MIYOO Mini Plus is also a baby console figuratively. Chances are, if you're watching this, you're a full-grown adult, you have a job, you have a couple kids, and you are, in general, a busy gamer. If you have some downtime while feeding your child watching Loki Season 2, why not multitask? You can watch Loki Season 2, you can feed your child, and you can catch some Pokemon while you're at it. Does your little one take a minute to fall asleep like mine does? Well, if you're rocking your little one to sleep, then you can easily one-hand the entire console and go for a few rounds of an RPG or something like that. One of the reasons I really love this device is because it's very user-friendly. If you're new to emulation like I am, many emulation devices require some finagling if you really want to get into it. With this, you have either stock or you can put custom OS on it. Many people put Onion OS right on there.
Ogres are like onions. They stink?
Yes.
In fact, many people just buy the device, don't even do anything with it, power it on, get the system info, and just install Onion OS right on there. But if you don't install Onion OS on there, it actually is a pretty decent software going into it. So either way you want to do it, whether you just want to play right outside the box, or if you want to install your own software on it, it's really good to go either way. There are a lot of good tutorials on how to get Onion OS on your system. There's also operating systems outside Onion OS on there as well, too. I recommend Retro Game Core and Joey's Retro Handhelds tutorials. I'll link those in the description below. For those who know next to nothing about emulation, this little device will be your best friend.
Say hello to my little friend!
You likely have a Switch by now. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, either you do or your kids do or somewhere in between. And you've likely noticed that Nintendo Switch Online is kind of a mixed bag. In one of my previous videos, I talked about nostalgics, realists, and pirates being the three categories of people who enjoy online. Don't get me wrong, there are good games on NSO, but when you look at their drip feed release schedule, which basically boils down to whenever Nintendo feels like releasing a game and not a moment sooner, even their better offerings like you see on Game Boy Advance, you can see some of their later releases on Game Boy Advance are already basically Game Boy Advance versions of Super Nintendo games that they've already released onto the service. So how many different versions of the same game can you release? Like, where's Golden Sun, Nintendo? I would love to know. Do you have it dangling in front of us by a string and you haven't dropped it onto NSO service yet? MIYOO Mini Plus allows you to have control over when you play older games so that you don't have to depend on Nintendo's generosity. There is a whole community on Reddit that is kind of a support group around this device. Just look up the subreddit MIYOO Mini Plus. MIYOO Mini Plus is a great console, but it's not without its faults. So earlier I talked in the video about it being a baby console, and that is great for pocketability, but not so great if you need quick access to the shoulder buttons, especially if you have big hands. This thing will definitely let you play RPGs no problem, and Metroid, you really should be fine with this game if you have bigger hands, but any much more than Metroid's very active use of the triggers, say you want to play an active PS1 game, for instance, you may find your hand cramped after longer than 30 minutes of gameplay. There do exist grips for this thing, but that also defeats the pocketability purpose of the MIYOO Mini Plus. It's kind of an inherent problem of being such a baby console. And the second one is the included ROMs are very hit or miss. They advertise thousands of games for this system, but roughly 90% of them are very much meh. I mean, there's definitely Pokemon on there. There's Sonic on there. There are other classics on there, but for the most part, like these games aren't really that great. You can definitely go to other websites and find your ROMs there, especially ROMs that you already own. You can rip from your existing library. One issue I had with the Pokemon Leaf Green that came with the console is once I got to the SSN, the game just completely stopped. It's a very known glitch, apparently, and I did not go to jail. I just went right past go straight to jail. So far in Fire Red, I've had no issue, but it's easy enough to put your own ROMs on. It's very just click and drop, pretty much. Join the MIYOO Mini subreddit. You'll be great. As someone who is very uninformed, there are several very cool ROM hacks for Pokemon that exist, and they really exist to change up the Pokemon formula other than what Nintendo has put out there. There's a lot of fan-made games and stuff. So what do you think? Did this verify your purchase for you? Did this help make your decision on on your purchase of the console? If you buy the console, let me know. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's not an affiliate link. This is just completely just directing you towards the best place I think to get the MIYOO Mini Plus. If you do already have a MIYOO Mini Plus in the console, let me know what you like to play on it. Let me know what color you got. And until next time, I'll catch you around.